Kefir begins its story in places where survival depended on using every resource wisely, including the invisible microbial world that quietly shapes human health. When modern scientists finally analyzed this ancient drink under high-resolution microscopes and genomic sequencing tools, they found something almost unbelievable: a living community of more than 50 species of beneficial bacteria and yeasts working together like a biological symphony. This isn't simply fermented milk. It's a constantly self-renewing ecosystem designed by nature to strengthen, repair, and regulate the human body in ways that many people never imagined. Researchers discovered that kefir can communicate with the gut through biochemical signals, influence the brain through the gut-brain axis, stabilize blood sugar responses, reduce inflammation markers, and even support the body's natural defenses by training immune cells. Inside its creamy texture hides one of the most complex probiotic combinations known, forming a network that can survive stomach acid, reach the intestines alive, and begin changing the environment inside the body within hours. What follows is an exploration of these effects, as modern laboratories continue confirming how profoundly this simple fermented drink interacts with human biology. Kefir's power starts with its probiotic diversity, which is far more complex than what is found in most supplements. A typical capsule might provide 3 to 10 strains, while kefir naturally contains dozens. These strains do not exist by accident. They form colonies that cooperate chemically, producing metabolites that keep each other alive and active. Scientists call kefir a microbial consortium, meaning its organisms act like members of a functional team. When consumed, these microorganisms begin attaching to the intestinal lining, creating a stronger barrier against irritants, toxins, and harmful microbes. Laboratory studies show kefir's probiotics can reduce intestinal permeability, often known as leaky gut, by tightening the junctions between the cells of the digestive tract. This is important because a healthy barrier prevents unwanted substances from entering the bloodstream and triggering inflammatory responses. One of the most fascinating findings is kefir's effect on the immune system. Around 70% of the human immune system resides in the gut, constantly sampling what passes through it. Kefir introduces beneficial microbes that help immune cells interpret signals more accurately, reducing unnecessary overreactions. Research shows that certain kefir strains can increase the activity of natural killer cells, macrophages, and other frontline immune defenders. At the same time, they help tone down excessive immune activity, promoting balanced responses. This dual action explains why kefir is associated with fewer respiratory infections in children, more stable immune behavior in adults, and stronger resistance against seasonal pathogens. Kefir also affects inflammation, which is a major factor in many chronic conditions. Clinical studies reveal that kefir decreases several inflammatory markers, including C-reactive protein and pro-inflammatory cytokines. It does this not by suppressing the immune system, but by supporting the gut microbiome so it produces more short-chain fatty acids, particularly butyrate. Butyrate is essential for colon health, feeding the cells of the intestinal lining and reducing inflammatory signaling. When levels rise, people often experience improvements in digestion, fewer bloating episodes, and more stable energy throughout the day. Another remarkable aspect is how kefir influences digestion. Many people who react negatively to regular milk discover they tolerate kefir easily. This is because kefir's microbes break down most of the lactose during fermentation, producing lactic acid, enzymes, and bioactive peptides that support digestion. These enzymes continue working inside the gut, helping people digest lactose more efficiently. Some studies have found that kefir can improve tolerance even in people with lactose sensitivity, allowing them to enjoy fermented dairy without discomfort. The drink is also rich in essential nutrients created naturally during fermentation. The microbial activity increases the content of B vitamins, particularly B2 riboflavin, B6, B9 folate, and sometimes B12 depending on the strain composition. These vitamins support energy metabolism, nerve health, the formation of red blood cells, and cognitive function. Kefir also supplies vitamin K2, a nutrient involved in directing calcium to the bones rather than the arteries. This makes kefir supportive for bone strength, especially when consumed regularly over time. Kefir's minerals are another advantage. It naturally contains calcium, phosphorus, and magnesium in highly bioavailable forms, meaning the body can absorb them more easily. Magnesium is especially important because many people do not get enough, and it plays a role in muscle function, sleep quality, nerve relaxation, and blood sugar regulation. Combined with the probiotic activity, this mineral support contributes to more stable metabolic function throughout the body. Modern research has also explored kefir's impact on blood sugar and insulin sensitivity. The fermentation process produces organic acids that slow down carbohydrate absorption. Meanwhile, kefir's probiotics improve the way cells respond to insulin. Several clinical trials show that individuals who consume kefir regularly often experience reduced fasting blood sugar levels and better glucose tolerance. This happens because a healthier gut microbiome improves metabolic signaling and reduces inflammation, two major factors in metabolic health. Another area where kefir stands out is its influence on mental well-being through the gut-brain axis. The gut and brain communicate biochemically through neurotransmitters, hormones, and immune signaling. Kefir encourages the growth of microbes that produce GABA, serotonin precursors, and short-chain fatty acids that influence mood regulation. Studies have observed reductions in anxiety-like behavior in individuals who consume fermented dairy regularly. While kefir is not a therapy, its ability to support a healthier gut environment may help people feel more emotionally balanced, experience clearer thinking, and enjoy steadier moods. Kefir also contributes to cardiovascular health. Some of its bioactive peptides can naturally inhibit angiotensin-converting enzyme ACE, which plays a role in regulating blood pressure. This is similar to how certain blood pressure medications work, except that kefir accomplishes this effect through mild, naturally occurring peptides produced during fermentation. Additionally, kefir supports healthy cholesterol levels by helping the liver process fats more efficiently. Probiotics in kefir can bind to cholesterol in the gut and prevent its absorption, while also encouraging the body to convert more cholesterol into bile acids. Another interesting aspect is kefir's antimicrobial properties. While it supports beneficial bacteria, it simultaneously produces compounds that inhibit harmful microorganisms. These include lactic acid, acetic acid, bacteriocins, and natural antifungal compounds. Because of these properties, kefir has been shown to reduce the growth of harmful bacteria such as Salmonella, E. coli, and Staphylococcus aureus in lab settings. It also forms an acidic environment that prevents pathogens from reproducing easily inside the digestive tract. Kefir's supportive effects extend to skin health as well. The skin reflects the internal state of the gut, and people with more balanced microbiomes often experience clearer complexions. Kefir's probiotics can enhance skin barrier function, reduce redness, and promote hydration by influencing the gut immune-skin axis. Some studies even show benefits for individuals experiencing mild eczema or skin sensitivity. When consumed regularly, kefir may contribute to a healthier appearance by supporting the internal systems that govern inflammation and hydration. The fermentation process also produces exopolysaccharides, including a unique one called kefirin. Kefirin has been studied for its ability to support immune modulation, reduce inflammation, and encourage wound healing. It also has a mild prebiotic effect, which means it feeds beneficial bacteria already living in the gut. This combination of probiotic and prebiotic actions makes kefir a symbiotic food, a rare type of nourishment that supports gut health from multiple directions at once. Digestive comfort is another noticeable benefit people often experience. Kefir can help regulate bowel movements by improving gut motility, restoring microbial balance, and reducing digestive discomfort. Because it replenishes beneficial bacteria, it can help after antibiotic use, travel, illness, or dietary changes that temporarily disrupt the gut environment. Studies show that kefir reduces constipation, bloating, and irregularity in many individuals, especially when consumed consistently over several weeks. Kefir also contributes to protein digestion. During fermentation, proteins are partially broken down into smaller peptides, which the body can absorb more easily. Some of these peptides have functional roles, influencing immune activity, supporting muscle recovery, and contributing to satiety. This is why kefir can leave people feeling full for longer without adding excessive calories. Another research area is kefir's effect on detoxification pathways. A healthier gut environment helps the body process and eliminate waste more effectively. Beneficial microbes in kefir can bind to certain harmful compounds in the digestive tract, preventing them from entering the bloodstream. They also help the liver by reducing the metabolic load associated with inflammation and poor digestion. The drink also supports longevity markers. Studies examining cultures that consumed fermented dairy regularly often found better digestive function, stronger immunity, and more resilient metabolic health among older adults. While kefir alone cannot determine lifespan, it supports systems that contribute to long-term wellness. Finally, kefir creates change gradually, but consistently. Its effects build over weeks as the microbiome becomes more diverse and balanced. Many people notice improvements in digestion first, followed by more stable energy, better resilience during seasonal challenges, and sometimes clearer thinking. These changes come from the internal biological shifts that modern science is now able to measure. As researchers continued analyzing kefir in more controlled environments, they noticed that its effects extend beyond the digestive system and into metabolic pathways responsible for weight regulation, energy production, and nutrient absorption. One of the central findings is that kefir changes the composition of gut bacteria in a way that supports a healthier balance between energy intake and energy expenditure. Certain strains found in kefir, such as Lactobacillus kefiri and specific yeasts, influence enzymes involved in fat metabolism, helping the body break down dietary fats more efficiently. This contributes to more stable energy levels after meals and may reduce the likelihood of storing excess calories as fat. These effects are subtle but meaningful when kefir becomes a regular part of someone's routine. Another major area of scientific interest is kefir's role in balancing the autonomic nervous system through its influence on the microbiome. The autonomic nervous system controls heart rate, digestion, respiratory rate, and stress responses. When gut bacteria produce metabolites such as short-chain fatty acids, they send signals that travel through nerves, hormones, and immune messengers. These signals can influence the parasympathetic nervous system, which promotes relaxation and supports digestion. This is why many people report improved sleep quality and calmer digestion when consuming kefir regularly. These changes are not psychological. They are biological adjustments happening through well-documented gut-brain pathways. Kefir also contributes to restoring microbial diversity. After disruptions such as illness, stress, poor sleep, or inconsistent eating patterns. When the gut loses its diversity, opportunistic bacteria can multiply, producing compounds that irritate the intestines and increase inflammation. Kefir introduces species that reestablish microbial balance by lowering pH levels, producing antibacterial metabolites, and occupying available space on the gut lining. In practice, this means fewer episodes of digestive instability, fewer irregular bowel movements, and a stronger resistance to microbial imbalance. Many researchers now view kefir as a microbial reset for the gut, due to its ability to restore diversity more quickly than many commercial probiotics. Another valuable feature of kefir is its contribution to hydration. Although people often discuss hydration in terms of water intake, true hydration depends on electrolytes, minerals, and mucosal health within the digestive system. Kefir contains potassium, magnesium, and sodium in small but effective amounts, and its fermentation process produces natural hydration-supporting organic acids. At the same time, kefir's probiotics improve mucus barrier quality in the intestines, which helps regulate water absorption. These combined effects allow the body to maintain hydration more efficiently, especially when consumed alongside a balanced diet. Kefir's influence extends to the respiratory system as well. The gut and the lungs share an immune connection known as the gut-lung axis. When the gut microbiome is well balanced, the immune responses in the lungs tend to be more regulated, helping the body respond more appropriately to airborne irritants and seasonal challenges. Some studies show that individuals who consume fermented foods regularly may experience stronger respiratory resilience. This is because kefir's probiotics help maintain mucosal immunity, regulate inflammatory responses, and support the production of immunoglobulin A, a key factor in protecting respiratory surfaces. The antimicrobial compounds produced during kefir fermentation have attracted scientific attention for their potential in reducing harmful microorganism activity, not just in the gut but throughout the body. These compounds include hydrogen peroxide, bacteriocins, lactic acid, and acetic acid. They create an environment in the digestive tract that is hostile to pathogens yet supportive of beneficial bacteria. This selective pressure is important because many modern diets, medications, and stress patterns can weaken beneficial microbes while allowing harmful ones to multiply. Kefir's ability to maintain a more stable microbial environment is one reason it is considered valuable during recovery from digestive disturbances. Kefir also supports blood pressure regulation in multiple ways. Beyond the ACE-inhibiting peptides discovered in fermented dairy, kefir influences the production of nitric oxide, a molecule that relaxes blood vessels and promotes better blood flow. Healthy gut microbes also help regulate sodium balance, which is relevant to maintaining normal blood pressure levels. With consistent intake, kefir can assist the cardiovascular system in maintaining smoother circulation without acting as a stimulant or depressant. An often overlooked benefit of kefir is its ability to help the body absorb fat-soluble vitamins. Vitamins A, D, E, and K require healthy fats, bile function, and microbial cooperation for proper absorption. Kefir contributes short-chain fatty acids, improves fat digestion, and supports bile metabolism, all of which help the body utilize these essential nutrients more effectively. This is particularly helpful for immune function, vision, bone health, and cellular protection. In the field of bone research, kefir is becoming increasingly notable. Its combination of vitamin K2, bioavailable calcium, magnesium, and probiotics supports the entire process of bone formation and maintenance. Vitamin K2 directs calcium into bones instead of soft tissues, while magnesium regulates calcium transport and strengthens the bone matrix. Probiotics also help the intestines absorb minerals more effectively. Early studies suggest kefir may promote increased bone density in certain populations and support long-term skeletal health. Kefir's benefits also reach into oral health, an area many people do not associate with fermented foods. The mouth has its own microbiome, and imbalances can contribute to plaque formation, gum irritation, and bad breath. Research shows that certain strains in kefir can inhibit harmful oral bacteria by producing lactic acid and bacteriocins. While kefir is not a replacement for dental hygiene practices, supporting a healthier oral microbiome contributes to better gum resilience, fresher breath, and a reduced risk of undesirable bacterial overgrowth. Another surprising area of study is kefir's influence on antiviral responses. Some of its microbial byproducts, including exopolysaccharides and peptides, appear to support the body's natural antiviral defenses. These compounds may enhance the ability of immune cells to recognize and respond to viral particles more effectively. While kefir does not act as medication, its supportive influence on general immune readiness is well documented and contributes to overall resilience. Kefir also interacts strongly with the liver. A healthy gut reduces the amount of metabolic waste reaching the liver, allowing it to function more efficiently. Some strains in kefir help convert cholesterol into bile acids, reducing the liver's workload. Others support detoxification pathways by lowering endotoxin levels, which are substances that can trigger inflammation if they pass into the bloodstream. Together, these effects support a healthier liver environment and improve metabolic stability. Another valuable effect of kefir is its role in supporting muscle recovery. Proteins in kefir are already partially broken down into peptides and amino acids that are easier for the body to use. Magnesium and calcium contribute to muscle relaxation and contraction cycles, while the natural electrolytes assist with hydration after physical activity. Some people incorporate kefir into their nutrition plan because it provides nutrients the muscles need for repair without causing digestive heaviness or discomfort. Fermented foods like kefir also influence satiety signals. When the gut microbiome is balanced, the body produces more leptin and peptide, YY, hormones associated with the sensation of fullness. This can help regulate appetite naturally without forcing restrictive dieting. With consistent consumption, many individuals report more stable hunger patterns and fewer cravings for high sugar or processed foods. This happens because balanced gut bacteria reduce the metabolic fluctuations that often trigger intense cravings. Kefir's ability to produce bioactive peptides also contributes to overall wellness. These peptides can influence immune communication, antioxidant activity, and cellular repair. They form as proteins are broken down during fermentation, creating compounds that interact with bodily systems at a molecular level. Scientists are still discovering new peptides in kefir, and early research suggests they may play roles in supporting long-term metabolic and immune stability. Another significant feature of kefir is its effect on oxidative stress. Oxidative stress occurs when reactive oxygen species accumulate faster than the body can neutralize them. Kefir contains antioxidants, including bioactive peptides, B vitamins, and microbial metabolites that help reduce oxidative load. Lower oxidative stress supports cellular health, energy production, and general resilience. Kefir can also support joint comfort. Reduced inflammation, improved nutrient absorption, and better overall metabolic balance contribute to healthier joint function. Some studies suggest that individuals who consume fermented dairy often experience improved mobility and reduced stiffness, partly due to increased production of short-chain fatty acids, which influence joint tissue health through immune regulation. A further area of study is kefir's potential to support hormonal balance indirectly. While kefir does not act on hormones directly, its effect on liver detoxification, inflammation reduction, nutrient absorption, and gut health influence the environment in which hormones operate. Many hormonal pathways rely on the microbiome to regulate conversion, elimination, and activation processes. A healthier gut environment supports these pathways and contributes to stable hormonal signaling. Kefir's effects on the skin also extend beyond basic hydration and inflammation reduction. Some studies show that kefir's probiotic strains influence ceramide production, which is essential for a strong skin barrier. Stronger barrier function improves moisture retention and protects the skin from environmental irritants. In addition, gut balance contributes to more even skin tone and reduced sensitivity. Kefir also supports long-term digestive resilience by increasing mucosal thickness in the intestines. The mucosal layer protects the gut lining, prevents irritation, and acts as a home for beneficial microbes. A stronger mucosal layer reduces the risk of digestive discomfort, irregularity, and sensitivity to certain foods. The drink also assists with enzyme activity. Kefir provides natural enzymes and encourages the body to produce more digestive enzymes. This supports the breakdown of proteins, fats, and carbohydrates, leading to more efficient nutrient extraction from meals. Over time, this enhanced digestive efficiency contributes to better overall energy and improved metabolic function. Kefir's yeasts contribute unique benefits as well. These beneficial yeasts help control potentially harmful yeast overgrowth by occupying space and producing competitive metabolites. They also support vitamin production, particularly B vitamins, and assist in stabilizing the gut environment. While many people focus only on bacterial probiotics, the presence of beneficial yeasts gives kefir a broader spectrum of activity. Another benefit involves mineral bioavailability. The acids formed during fermentation help release minerals from food, making them easier for the body to absorb. This is especially helpful for magnesium, calcium, and iron absorption. Better mineral uptake supports muscle function, bone health, energy production, and metabolic balance. Kefir even influences collagen production indirectly. By reducing inflammation, improving nutrient absorption, and supporting vitamin and mineral availability, it creates favorable conditions for collagen maintenance. Collagen is essential for joint integrity, skin elasticity, and connective tissue health. These internal shifts support the body's natural collagen processes over time. Its ability to stabilize the gut environment also provides support for people with occasionally sensitive digestion. A healthier microbiome helps reduce unpredictable reactions to certain foods and contributes to smoother digestion overall. Many individuals report improvements in occasional bloating, irregularity, and digestive discomfort after incorporating kefir consistently. Kefir's effect on metabolic flexibility is also notable. Metabolic flexibility refers to the body's ability to switch between burning carbohydrates and burning fats for energy. A balanced microbiome supports this process by regulating inflammation, improving insulin sensitivity, and producing metabolites that support mitochondrial function. Improved metabolic flexibility contributes to sustained energy levels. Finally, kefir assists with building long-term microbiome resilience. A diverse and stable microbiome is more capable of recovering from stress, dietary changes, or illness. Kefir contributes beneficial strains that integrate into the gut ecosystem, creating a stronger baseline of digestive and immune stability. Over time, this translates to improved overall wellness and better resistance to daily challenges. Kefir's relationship with the microbiome also influences the efficiency of nutrient partitioning, meaning the body becomes better at directing nutrients to where they are needed instead of storing them unnecessarily. A balanced microbiome supports the conversion of carbohydrates into steady energy rather than rapid spikes followed by crashes. This is meaningful because energy instability is often linked to cravings, fatigue, and inconsistent appetite control. When the gut receives steady microbial support, energy production becomes more efficient, which in turn promotes more stable physical and mental performance throughout the day. Another area where kefir shows promise is in supporting the intestinal immune barrier. This barrier, composed of immune cells, mucus, and epithelial cells, forms the body's first line of defense inside the digestive tract. Studies indicate that kefir's probiotics help strengthen this barrier by stimulating the production of protective immunoglobulins and antimicrobial peptides. These molecules help maintain a clean and stable environment, reducing the likelihood of unwanted organisms attaching to the intestinal lining. The stronger this internal shield becomes, the more resilient the body is to everyday exposures that might otherwise cause digestive stress. Kefir's impact on reducing endotoxin load is also significant. Endotoxins are byproducts of certain bacteria that can enter the bloodstream if the gut barrier becomes weakened. High endotoxin levels are associated with fatigue, inflammation, and metabolic difficulties. By reinforcing the gut barrier and promoting the growth of beneficial bacteria, kefir helps reduce endotoxin leakage, supporting clearer cognitive function, better metabolic responses, and improved overall comfort. The drink also plays a supportive role in bile acid metabolism. Bile acids are essential for fat digestion, nutrient absorption, and detoxification. Certain strains in kefir assist in transforming bile acids into more efficient forms, which improves fat processing and reduces metabolic strain on the liver. When bile acid metabolism is more efficient, digestion feels smoother, and nutrient absorption becomes more reliable. Kefir even influences iron absorption indirectly. While the drink itself is not rich in iron, the improved gut environment allows dietary iron to be absorbed more efficiently. In many individuals, digestive disturbances reduce iron bioavailability, leading to fatigue and poor concentration. By stabilizing the microbiome and supporting intestinal integrity, kefir creates conditions that favor better iron utilization. Its ability to regulate digestive pH is another meaningful contribution. Many digestive problems occur when the gastrointestinal environment becomes too alkaline or too acidic in certain sections. Kefir produces lactic acid and other organic acids that help maintain optimal pH levels. This balanced acidity supports enzymatic activity, mineral absorption, and resistance to harmful microorganisms, creating a healthier digestive rhythm. Kefir also supports mitochondrial function. The short-chain fatty acids produced by fermentation and microbial activity enter the bloodstream and travel to cells throughout the body, where they assist mitochondria in generating energy. Better mitochondrial efficiency contributes to improved stamina, clearer thinking, and more stable metabolic output. This is one reason some individuals feel more energetic when incorporating kefir into their daily habits. Another area of interest is kefir's influence on appetite hormones. Balanced gut bacteria produce metabolites that help regulate ghrelin, the hormone that signals hunger. When ghrelin levels are more stable, appetite feels more controlled, and individuals naturally gravitate toward balanced food choices. This type of appetite harmony does not require forced restriction. Instead, it results from a better internal environment that guides the body toward healthier rhythms. Kefir can also help lower uric acid levels indirectly by supporting kidney function and reducing the metabolic load caused by inflammation. A stable microbiome contributes to smoother waste processing, which may help individuals who occasionally experience discomfort linked to uric acid fluctuations. Though kefir is not a treatment, its influence on systemic inflammation and hydration pathways supports a healthier metabolic environment. The drink's impact on serotonin pathways is another fascinating area. Most serotonin is produced in the gut, not the brain, and its production depends on the health of enteric cells and microbial activity. Kefir supports these processes by enhancing nutrient absorption, reducing inflammation, and stabilizing microbial populations that influence serotonin signaling. This can contribute to a more balanced emotional state and steadier cognitive performance. Kefir's metabolites also support antioxidant defenses in the body. While antioxidants are commonly associated with fruits and vegetables, microbial fermentation produces unique antioxidant compounds, such as bioactive peptides and organic acids. These compounds help neutralize free radicals, reduce cellular stress, and support long-term cellular health. Another interesting effect is kefir's influence on stool consistency. When the gut microbiome is balanced, water retention in the intestines becomes regulated, which helps prevent both excessive looseness and excessive dryness. Kefir supports this balance by promoting the growth of bacteria that influence water transport and mucosal thickness. This means more stable digestion and more predictable bowel habits. Kefir also encourages diversity within the microbiome, one of the strongest predictors of long-term health. A diverse microbiome is more adaptable, more resilient, and more capable of supporting immune, digestive, and metabolic functions. When diversity decreases, systems become more vulnerable to stress. Kefir's broad microbial profile helps restore this diversity, acting as a protective foundation for many bodily systems. Its protein structure is also beneficial. The fermentation process produces peptides that may help reduce mild discomfort associated with digestion after meals. These peptides can also act as natural regulators of digestive hormones, helping the body process nutrients more smoothly. This contributes to a more comfortable eating experience and fewer digestive disturbances. Kefir supports long-term microbiome memory, a concept in modern microbiology describing how the gut remembers stable microbial patterns. When kefir introduces beneficial species consistently, the microbiome gradually integrates these patterns, creating a more permanent shift towards stability. This explains why many people notice deeper benefits after several weeks of consumption. Another important aspect is kefir's role in reducing harmful bacterial endotoxins that contribute to feelings of heaviness, fatigue, and irritability. By improving the gut barrier and promoting beneficial microbial activity, kefir reduces the passage of these endotoxins into circulation. Lower endotoxin levels correlate with clearer thinking, better metabolic control, and improved overall vitality. Kefir also influences the body's natural detoxification pathways, particularly through the liver and kidneys. A healthier gut lowers the inflammatory burden on these organs, allowing them to process waste efficiently. Reduced inflammation means fewer metabolic byproducts circulating through the system, contributing to improved digestion and clearer energy. Its effect on nutrient synergy is also meaningful. Kefir does not simply provide nutrients, it enhances the body's ability to use nutrients from other foods. This synergistic effect is seen with magnesium, calcium, B vitamins, and antioxidants, which become more effective when the gut microbiome is balanced and functioning optimally. This is why kefir can elevate the nutritional value of an entire diet, not just its own nutrient content. Another interesting area is kefir's potential to support cognitive sharpness. The gut-brain axis influences attention, memory, and mental clarity. A balanced microbiome reduces inflammatory signals that can affect cognitive performance. In some individuals, kefir consumption corresponds with clearer focus, better morning alertness, and more stable mental energy. Kefir's relationship with cholesterol metabolism is also scientifically supported. Some probiotic strains in kefir bind bile salts in the intestine, encouraging the liver to use more cholesterol to produce new bile acids. This contributes to healthier cholesterol processing and overall metabolic harmony. The drink can also support metabolic rate through improved nutrient absorption and microbiome balance. When the digestive system operates efficiently, the body expends less energy dealing with inflammation and digestive stress, allowing more energy to be available for physical and cognitive activities. Another fascinating feature is kefir's ability to assist in regulating stomach acidity. Balanced acidity supports protein digestion, reduces the likelihood of occasional heartburn, and optimizes enzyme activity in the digestive tract. Kefir's fermentation acids help maintain this balance without acting as harsh stimulants. Finally, kefir contributes to a long-term sense of internal stability. Many systems, digestive, immune, hormonal, metabolic, neurological, operate more efficiently when supported by a balanced microbiome. Kefir's unique combination of probiotics, yeasts, peptides, enzymes, vitamins, and bioactive compounds helps reinforce these systems in a way few foods can match. This multifaceted support explains why kefir has remained relevant across generations, and why modern science continues to validate its widespread benefits. Kefir's influence on digestive enzymes extends into the pancreas, an organ responsible for producing key enzymes involved in breaking down fats, proteins, and carbohydrates. A well-balanced gut microbiome provides feedback that helps regulate pancreatic enzyme production. When the gut environment is unstable, the pancreas tends to work harder, sometimes leading to digestive discomfort after meals. Kefir's probiotics help normalize enzyme demand by assisting with preliminary food breakdown and improving nutrient absorption efficiency. This reduces digestive strain and supports a smoother digestive process. Another noteworthy influence comes from kefir's ability to encourage the production of short-chain fatty acids, especially acetate, propionate, and butyrate. These compounds are central to metabolic health because they feed colon cells, regulate the immune system, stabilize blood sugar, and reduce inflammatory activity. Butyrate in particular has become a focal point in microbiome research due to its wide-ranging benefits. Kefir naturally increases the abundance of bacteria capable of producing butyrate, strengthening the gut lining and supporting overall metabolic balance. A stronger gut lining means fewer irritants enter the bloodstream, reducing systemic inflammation. Kefir also affects the production of mucin, a protective substance lining the digestive tract. A thicker mucin layer reduces irritation, supports smoother digestion, and provides a habitat for beneficial bacteria. When mucin levels are low, the intestines become more vulnerable to stress, discomfort, and microbial imbalance. Kefir's ability to enhance mucin production contributes to long-term gut resilience and a more comfortable digestive experience. This improvement also supports nutrient absorption, as a stable gut lining allows enzymes and transporters to function at full capacity. One of the most researched effects of kefir is its capacity to lower inflammatory cytokines. Cytokines are signaling molecules that regulate immune responses, and elevated levels can create a state of chronic low-grade inflammation. This type of inflammation is linked to metabolic disturbances, fatigue, digestive discomfort, and slower recovery from daily stress. Kefir's bioactive compounds, probiotics, and fermentation byproducts work together to help reduce cytokine overproduction and promote a more balanced inflammatory profile. This shift supports energy levels, digestion, and general well-being. Kefir also influences the body's antioxidant system, specifically by increasing glutathione activity. Glutathione is known as the body's master antioxidant. It helps detoxify compounds, protect cells from oxidative stress, and regulate immune function. Studies suggest that certain probiotic strains found in kefir can support glutathione recycling and increase its availability. This provides cells with a stronger defense against oxidative stress and supports long-term tissue health. Another key system affected by kefir is the endocrine network that regulates metabolism. Though kefir does not act directly on hormones, it improves the conditions in which hormones operate. Balanced blood sugar, reduced inflammation, improved liver function, and enhanced nutrient absorption all contribute to healthier endocrine signaling. This can lead to more stable energy, steadier appetite rhythms, and more predictable metabolic responses. The interaction between kefir and digestive motility is also significant. The rhythmic contractions of the digestive tract depend heavily on microbial signals. When beneficial bacteria flourish, motility tends to become smoother and more consistent. When the microbiome becomes unbalanced, motility may fluctuate, leading to discomfort or irregularity. Kefir supports the microbes that regulate these contractions, making digestion feel more predictable and less strained. This benefit is often one of the first changes people notice after regular consumption. Kefir's ability to break down bioactive compounds is another advantage. Some foods contain naturally occurring substances that can be difficult for the body to digest or absorb. Kefir's enzymes and acids help reduce the presence of these compounds, making nutrients easier for the intestines to process. This increases the nutritional value of the meal as a whole, even if the kefir is consumed separately. Enhanced nutrient bioavailability supports immune function, muscle strength, and cognitive clarity. The impact of kefir on lipid metabolism is another area of scientific interest. Lipid metabolism refers to the body's ability to process fats. Certain strains in kefir produce enzymes and acids that help emulsify fats, improving digestion and promoting efficient energy use. This can help support healthier cholesterol patterns, reduce metabolic strain, and contribute to sustained energy levels. A well-regulated lipid metabolism also supports cardiovascular health and liver efficiency. Kefir's influence on the gut-liver axis is increasingly recognized in research. This axis describes the biochemical communication between the liver and the intestines. When the gut microbiome is stable, fewer toxins and irritants reach the liver, allowing it to perform detoxification more efficiently. A well-functioning liver supports energy production, hormone metabolism, and blood sugar regulation. Because kefir lowers gut permeability and reduces inflammatory byproducts, it helps create a healthier environment for liver function. The role of kefir in supporting immune communication is also notable. Immune cells communicate constantly through signaling molecules, and the clarity of these signals affects how the immune system responds to daily challenges. Kefir's probiotics help reduce immune noise by lowering unnecessary inflammatory signaling and supporting stable gut immune pathways. This can lead to more efficient immune responses and improved resilience to environmental stress. Another promising area of kefir research involves metabolic endotoxemia, a condition where bacterial toxins cross into the bloodstream and trigger inflammation. Kefir's ability to strengthen the gut barrier, improve microbial diversity, and reduce endotoxin-producing bacteria helps lower metabolic endotoxemia. This can result in better energy, improved metabolic control, and reduced fatigue. Kefir also supports the regulation of intestinal gas production. Excessive gas is often linked to imbalanced microbes that ferment food inefficiently. Kefir introduces bacteria that ferment carbohydrates more predictably, producing fewer irritating byproducts. This leads to improved comfort, reduced bloating, and smoother digestion. Over time, the gut becomes more efficient at processing a broader range of foods, increasing dietary tolerance. Another area where kefir contributes meaningfully is hydration at the cellular level. Proper hydration depends not only on water intake, but also on electrolyte balance, mineral absorption, and cell membrane stability. Kefir provides minerals such as potassium and magnesium that help regulate fluid balance. Additionally, the short-chain fatty acids produced by kefir's bacteria support the health of colon cells responsible for water absorption. Better cellular hydration supports energy, focus, and overall comfort. Kefir also interacts with the body's circadian rhythm. The gut microbiome has its own daily rhythm, and when it becomes unstable, sleep and energy cycles can be disrupted. Fermented foods help synchronize microbial activity by supporting consistent nutrient absorption and reducing inflammatory load. This stabilization contributes indirectly to more predictable energy cycles and improved daily functioning. The drink's impact on metabolic enzymes is also noteworthy. Kefir supports enzymes involved in nutrient conversion, helping transform food into usable energy instead of storing it inefficiently. These metabolic adjustments support weight stability, energy output, and cellular health. This efficiency often becomes noticeable over time as individuals experience more consistent energy and better digestive comfort. Another important benefit of kefir involves its role in reducing oxidative load associated with stress. Stress increases the production of reactive oxygen species, which can strain cells and reduce metabolic function. Kefir's antioxidants and probiotics help buffer this oxidative load and support the body's stress adaptation systems. Reduced oxidative stress contributes to clearer thinking, better focus, and smoother digestion. Kefir's influence on the colon ecosystem also supports long-term digestive health. Colon health plays a crucial role in immune function, nutrient absorption, and toxin elimination. By promoting beneficial bacterial populations, strengthening the mucosal barrier, and increasing short-chain fatty acid production, kefir helps maintain a stable colon environment that supports overall well-being. Its effect on digestive sensitivity is another benefit. Many people experience occasional reactions to certain foods due to imbalanced gut bacteria or weakened gut lining. Kefir promotes microbial stability, reduces inflammatory triggers, and strengthens the intestinal barrier. This can improve tolerance to a wider range of foods over time, reducing the likelihood of discomfort. Kefir also supports the body's natural detoxification pathways through mineral balance. Magnesium, calcium, and potassium play roles in regulating fluid movement, enzyme activity, and muscle function, all of which contribute to efficient metabolic waste removal. These internal improvements support overall comfort, energy, and resilience. Its role in protecting against environmental stressors is increasingly recognized. Microbial metabolites produced by kefir support the body's ability to regulate inflammation and maintain stable cellular function. These benefits extend to multiple systems, including the digestive tract, skin, immune system, and metabolism. Finally, kefir supports the body's natural recovery processes. Better nutrient absorption, improved microbial balance, reduced inflammation, and increased antioxidant capacity all contribute to faster recovery from daily physical stress. This makes kefir a valuable addition for supporting long-term well-being through small but meaningful biological adjustments. Kefir's influence on intestinal transit time is another area gaining scientific attention. Transit time describes how long food takes to move through the digestive tract, and maintaining an optimal range is essential for nutrient absorption, microbial balance, and digestive comfort. When transit becomes too slow, fermentation of undigested food increases gas and discomfort. When transit becomes too fast, nutrients fail to absorb properly. Kefir helps promote a balanced transit time because its probiotics regulate motility, strengthen the gut lining, and reduce irritation. This supports a digestive environment that operates efficiently without causing strain. The acids and enzymes produced during kefir fermentation also contribute to proteolysis, the breakdown of proteins into smaller peptides and amino acids. These smaller structures are easier for the body to absorb and use, particularly for muscle repair and energy production. Individuals who consume kefir regularly often experience smoother digestion of protein-heavy meals because kefir helps prime the digestive system to handle complex nutrients more effectively. This can lead to better recovery after physical exertion and greater overall nutrient utilization. Another notable benefit relates to kefir's ability to reduce the presence of opportunistic bacteria that thrive in less acidic environments. Kefir lowers pH in the digestive tract just enough to discourage the growth of unwanted microbes while remaining comfortable for beneficial species. Maintaining this slightly acidic environment is central to digestive health and helps prevent imbalances that might otherwise cause gas, bloating, or irregularity. This stabilization supports a microbiome that remains resilient even when diet or routine changes temporarily. Kefir also assists with the regulation of gastric emptying. When the stomach empties too quickly, energy crashes and digestive discomfort can occur. When it empties too slowly, heaviness and sluggishness often follow. Kefir's probiotics influence hormones and neural signals that regulate how quickly the stomach releases its contents into the small intestine. This creates a steady digestive rhythm, supporting balanced energy levels and preventing fluctuations that can occur when meals are processed inefficiently. The drink contributes to intestinal regeneration as well. The cells lining the digestive tract renew themselves rapidly, and this renewal process requires a consistent supply of nutrients and a stable microbial environment. Kefir's short-chain fatty acids, proteins, and bioactive compounds support the regeneration of these cells, promoting a strong intestinal lining. A healthier lining improves overall digestion, reduces irritation, and creates a more functional environment for nutrient absorption. Another valuable aspect involves kefir's support for microbial cross-feeding. Cross-feeding occurs when one species of bacteria produces metabolites that serve as fuel for another species. This cooperative behavior is essential for maintaining diversity within the microbiome. Kefir introduces strains that produce lactate, which other beneficial bacteria convert into butyrate and other short-chain fatty acids. This chain reaction strengthens the microbial ecosystem and increases overall stability. A more robust and cooperative microbiome supports better digestion, immunity, and metabolic function. Kefir's minerals also play a role in muscle contraction and relaxation cycles. Magnesium helps muscles relax, while calcium stimulates contraction. Potassium supports nerve signals that direct these functions. Together, these minerals contribute to muscle performance, coordination, and post-activity recovery. Because kefir provides these minerals in bioavailable forms, the body can use them efficiently to support muscle function throughout the day. Another area where kefir supports well-being is through the modulation of intestinal permeability. When gut permeability is elevated, unwanted particles enter the bloodstream, triggering immune responses and contributing to fatigue. Kefir's ability to strengthen tight junctions, the structures that control what passes through the gut lining, helps reduce this permeability. Lower permeability supports more stable energy, reduced inflammatory load, and improved digestive comfort. Kefir also contributes to healthier bile acid ratios. The balance of primary and secondary bile acids affects digestion, nutrient absorption, and microbial composition. Beneficial bacteria help convert bile acids into forms that are less irritating and more effective for fat digestion. Kefir introduces strains that support this conversion process, improving digestion efficiency and reducing discomfort after meals containing fats. Its effect on histamine metabolism is another topic of interest. While histamine intolerance varies between individuals, certain probiotic strains found in kefir can help reduce the breakdown of histidine into histamine by competing with histamine-producing bacteria. Additionally, improved gut barrier function reduces the absorption of excess histamine from the intestines. These effects may contribute to a more stable digestive environment, although responses vary depending on individual microbiome composition. Kefir's interaction with the gut's nervous system also contributes to smoother digestion. The enteric nervous system, sometimes described as the body's internal neural network for digestion, relies on microbial metabolites to regulate intestinal movement, muscle coordination, and enzyme secretion. Kefir supports this system through short-chain fatty acids and neurotransmitter precursors that help maintain consistent digestive function. As a result, individuals may experience fewer episodes of discomfort related to intestinal spasms or irregular contractions. The probiotic strains found in kefir also influence carbohydrate fermentation patterns. Poor fermentation can lead to excessive gas production and discomfort. Kefir introduces bacteria that ferment carbohydrates more efficiently, producing fewer irritating byproducts. This supports more stable digestion, even when consuming foods that might otherwise cause bloating. Kefir's ability to reduce harmful byproducts in the digestive tract is also important. Some harmful bacteria produce ammonia and other compounds that irritate the colon and disrupt microbial balance. By promoting beneficial bacteria, kefir reduces the presence of these compounds and helps maintain a cleaner digestive environment. This contributes to a more stable microbiome and improved long-term comfort. Another supporting benefit involves enhanced nutrient transport. When the gut lining is healthy and enzymes are functioning optimally, nutrients move efficiently from the digestive tract into the bloodstream. Kefir strengthens the cells responsible for absorption and reduces inflammation that might otherwise interfere with nutrient transport. This improves the body's ability to use vitamins, minerals, amino acids, and antioxidants found both in kefir and in other foods. The drink also promotes a shift toward beneficial fatty acid profiles within the body. Short-chain fatty acids help regulate triglyceride levels and support healthier lipid patterns. Because kefir enhances the production of these acids, it indirectly supports metabolic parameters associated with long-term health. These internal adjustments are subtle, but accumulate over time when kefir is consumed consistently. Another area where kefir provides support is in the maintenance of healthy stomach mucosa. The stomach lining is essential for proper digestion because it protects the underlying tissue from stomach acid and assists in nutrient breakdown. Kefir supplies compounds that help strengthen this lining and reduce irritation, contributing to smoother digestion even during periods of physical or dietary stress. Kefir's influence on microbial adhesion is also relevant. Beneficial bacteria must attach to the intestinal lining to exert long-term positive effects. Kefir contains strains with strong adhesion properties, allowing them to anchor themselves to mucosal surfaces and contribute to microbial stability. This helps maintain a healthier microbiome, even when the diet fluctuates. The drink's contribution to improved mineral distribution is another supportive effect. When digestion is efficient and inflammation is low, the body is better able to deliver minerals to tissues that require them. Calcium is delivered more effectively to bones, magnesium to muscles and nerves, and potassium to cells that regulate fluid balance. These improvements support overall physical function and long-term resilience. Finally, kefir contributes to a more predictable digestive rhythm by harmonizing microbial activity with the body's natural patterns. Consistent microbial signaling supports regular digestion, smoother nutrient breakdown, and improved comfort after meals. Over time, these adjustments create a stable digestive environment that supports overall well-being and long-term health. Kefir's broad microbial profile also affects the way the body handles dietary fiber. Fiber cannot be digested by human enzymes, so it relies on gut bacteria to break it down into usable compounds. Beneficial bacteria from kefir help increase the efficiency of this fermentation process, turning fiber into metabolites that support colon health and strengthen intestinal cells. This improves digestive comfort, supports regularity, and enhances the nutritional value of fiber-rich foods. As these metabolites accumulate, the gut environment becomes more stable, reducing the likelihood of irregular digestive patterns. Kefir's interaction with the vagus nerve is another subject of interest. The vagus nerve plays a major role in digestion by transmitting signals between the gut and the brain. Probiotics found in kefir produce neurotransmitter precursors that interact with vagal pathways, supporting smoother digestive rhythms and promoting a sense of internal stability. This gut nervous system communication helps coordinate digestive movements and enzyme secretion, contributing to improved digestive predictability. Another point of scientific focus is kefir's influence on immune tolerance. Immune tolerance refers to the immune system's ability to distinguish between harmless and harmful substances. When tolerance is low, the body may overreact to ordinary stimuli, which can contribute to discomfort. Kefir's probiotic strains help train immune cells in the gut to respond more appropriately to everyday signals. By supporting the regulatory immune cells responsible for maintaining balance responses, kefir contributes to a more stable internal environment. The drink also enhances the integrity of the epithelial barrier in the small intestine. This barrier is responsible for absorbing nutrients while keeping unwanted substances out. Kefir's short-chain fatty acids promote the growth and repair of epithelial cells, improving the barrier strength. A more resilient epithelial layer results in better nutrient absorption and fewer episodes of digestive discomfort associated with weakened barriers. Another meaningful benefit comes from kefir's ability to reduce oxidative stress within digestive tissues. Oxidative stress weakens cell structures and slows down metabolic processes. The antioxidants generated during fermentation supply the digestive system with compounds that neutralize reactive oxygen species. Lower oxidative stress contributes to improved comfort, reduced tissue irritation, and better long-term digestive stability. Kefir also plays a role in maintaining a balanced population of lactic acid bacteria, which are crucial for digestive health. Lactic acid bacteria help stabilize gut pH, prevent unwanted microbial overgrowth, and support enzymatic activity. By providing a consistent supply of these bacteria, kefir strengthens several layers of digestive protection, contributing to improved resilience against daily variations in diet and routine. Its effect on mineral signaling pathways is another important aspect. Minerals such as magnesium, calcium, and potassium participate in complex biochemical reactions throughout the body. Kefir provides these minerals in forms that are easily absorbed and utilized, allowing them to support processes such as nerve transmission, enzyme activation, and cellular hydration. Improved mineral balance enhances energy levels, muscle performance, and metabolic stability. Kefir also supports a more efficient breakdown of dietary fats. The lipases and acids formed during fermentation help emulsify fats, which improves the body's ability to use them for energy rather than storing them inefficiently. This also reduces digestive heaviness after meals containing fats and supports more balanced metabolic responses throughout the day. Another useful effect involves kefir's contribution to detoxification enzymes. The liver and intestines rely on specific enzymes to process and neutralize metabolic waste. By reducing overall inflammation and supporting microbial diversity, kefir allows these enzymes to operate more efficiently. Efficient detoxification supports energy stability, clearer thinking, and improved digestion. The drink also influences specific microbial metabolites associated with metabolic health. Beneficial bacteria produce compounds that help regulate blood sugar, appetite, and fat metabolism. Kefir expands the population of these bacteria, supporting metabolic processes that contribute to long-term health. This can lead to improved energy stability and better appetite regulation. Kefir's interaction with the body's hydration system is also notable. Electrolytes from kefir support fluid balance, while its microbial activity promotes intestinal water absorption. Proper hydration at the cellular level improves focus, energy, and digestive comfort. These internal adjustments contribute to enhanced daily performance. Another interesting area of research relates to kefir's ability to support beneficial yeast populations. Unlike harmful yeasts that can cause digestive imbalance, beneficial yeasts found in kefir produce compounds that discourage the growth of undesirable strains. They also contribute to vitamin production and microbial stability, offering a broader range of digestive support than bacterial probiotics alone. Kefir also affects the body's ability to regulate inflammation through its interaction with immune cells. Certain strains in kefir help stimulate regulatory T cells, which play a role in calming unnecessary immune responses. This contributes to healthier digestion, improved comfort, and more predictable energy patterns. The drink's contribution to colon pH is another important area. A slightly acidic colon supports beneficial bacteria while suppressing harmful ones. Kefir naturally maintains this pH range through the production of organic acids. A stable pH environment creates conditions that support regular bowel movements, reduced irritation, and better nutrient metabolism. Another notable effect is the impact on digestive enzyme expression. Probiotics in kefir help upregulate enzymes that break down carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. This supports more efficient digestion and reduces the likelihood of undigested food reaching the colon, where it could cause discomfort. Enhanced enzyme expression contributes to a smoother digestive experience overall. Kefir also interacts with cell signaling pathways involved in energy production. Short-chain fatty acids influence mitochondrial efficiency, helping the body convert nutrients into energy more effectively. Improved mitochondrial function contributes to clearer thinking, better stamina, and more consistent daily performance. The drink contributes to metabolic resilience as well. When the body faces fluctuations in diet or routine, a strong microbiome helps maintain stability. Kefir strengthens this resilience by diversifying microbial populations and supporting microbial cooperation. This results in fewer disruptions to digestion, energy, and comfort. Its ability to regulate nitrogen metabolism is another supportive function. Certain microbial processes break down nitrogen-based compounds that can be irritating when accumulated. Kefir helps stabilize these pathways, supporting smoother bowel function and reducing digestive discomfort. Another benefit involves enhanced mucosal immunity. Kefir supports the production of immunoglobulin A key protective molecule found throughout the digestive tract. This molecule helps neutralize unwanted microbes and protect intestinal surfaces. Enhanced mucosal immunity contributes to improved resilience and long-term digestive comfort. Kefir's metabolites also influence cellular turnover. Digestive tissues constantly renew themselves, and a supportive microbial environment ensures this renewal occurs smoothly. Kefir's nutrients and fermentation products promote healthier tissue regeneration, contributing to long-term digestive stability. Finally, kefir strengthens overall gut ecosystem cooperation. The digestive tract functions best when bacteria, yeasts, enzymes, and tissues operate in harmony. Kefir enhances this harmony by supplying a diverse array of beneficial microbes and bioactive compounds that help coordinate digestion, immune defense, and metabolic processes. This supports a foundation of long-term well-being built on consistent internal balance. Kefir also contributes to improved coordination between digestive hormones and neural pathways that regulate appetite and satiety. When these signals are more synchronized, the body responds more accurately to true hunger and fullness cues. This reduces unnecessary snacking, supports stable energy, and helps maintain a consistent eating pattern without forcing restrictions. These internal improvements reflect how a well-supported microbiome influences numerous systems at once, reinforcing balance throughout the digestive tract. Over time, these adjustments contribute to greater overall stability, making kefir a valuable tool for supporting internal harmony through natural biological mechanisms. Kefir continues to demonstrate its value through its influence on metabolic communication between the gut and peripheral tissues. This communication dictates how the body handles nutrients after meals, including how glucose is used, how fat is stored or mobilized, and how energy is produced at the cellular level. Probiotics in kefir interact with receptors on intestinal cells that communicate with the pancreas and liver through chemical messengers. This interaction helps stabilize glucose uptake and improves the body's sensitivity to insulin, supporting more efficient blood sugar regulation. These effects contribute to smoother energy levels and reduced metabolic fluctuations that can occur after eating. Another important aspect of kefir involves its support for maintaining adequate levels of beneficial acetate-producing bacteria. Acetate is one of the most abundant short-chain fatty acids and plays a role in appetite regulation, fat metabolism, and the maintenance of intestinal pH. Increased acetate production from kefir consumption supports metabolic pathways linked to stable appetite signals and improved nutrient processing. This contributes to more predictable hunger patterns and a lower likelihood of sudden cravings triggered by metabolic imbalance. Kefir's natural fermentation process also increases the bioavailability of certain amino acids involved in neurotransmitter production. Amino acids such as tryptophan and glutamine are essential precursors for neurotransmitters that influence mood, cognitive performance, and stress resilience. When the gut absorbs these amino acids more efficiently, it supports healthier communication along the gut-brain axis. This is why improved microbial balance is often associated with clearer mental performance and more consistent daily focus. Another area where kefir contributes meaningfully involves its interaction with the intestinal lymphatic system. The lymphatic system in the gut, known as the gut-associated lymphoid tissue, represents a major component of the immune network. Kefir's influence on microbial populations and epithelial integrity enhances the efficiency of nutrient absorption into the lymphatic vessels. This improved function supports immune readiness and helps the body maintain balanced fluid distribution throughout tissues. Kefir's effect on the metabolism of polyphenols from plant-based foods is another important advantage. Many beneficial compounds in fruits, vegetables, herbs, and spices require microbial cooperation for full absorption. Kefir introduces and supports bacteria capable of transforming polyphenols into metabolites that the body can use more effectively. This increases the antioxidant value of the entire diet, amplifying the benefits of plant-rich meals and enhancing overall metabolic protection. Another notable benefit of kefir lies in its ability to support consistent electrolyte transport in the intestines. Electrolytes such as sodium and chloride, in addition to magnesium and potassium, depend on efficient transport mechanisms to maintain fluid balance. Kefir strengthens the intestinal environment where these transporters operate, contributing to more stable hydration and improved cellular function throughout the body. Its influence on the breakdown of specific fermentable carbohydrates is another point of interest. Individuals sometimes experience discomfort when consuming foods rich in fermentable carbohydrates. Kefir supports bacteria that digest these carbohydrates more efficiently, reducing excessive fermentation and supporting smoother digestion. Over time, this can expand the range of foods that are comfortable to consume. Kefir also provides meaningful support to the epithelial cell cycle, which governs how cells in the digestive lining grow, divide, and repair themselves. A stable microbial environment promotes steady cell renewal, reducing the chance of irritation or slow healing. Kefir's ability to enhance nutrient absorption means epithelial cells receive the materials they need for regeneration, supporting long-term digestive strength. Another fascinating aspect is kefir's effect on the composition of bile. Bile must maintain a certain chemical balance to emulsify fats properly and avoid contributing to digestive discomfort. Probiotics from kefir help regulate bile composition by metabolizing bile salts, reducing irritation, and supporting smoother fat digestion. This leads to improved digestive comfort after meals containing fats. The interaction between kefir and the microbiome also supports the development of beneficial microbial metabolites known as postbiotics. Postbiotics include enzymes, peptides, organic acids, and short-chain fatty acids that exert positive effects even without the presence of live bacteria. Kefir naturally produces postbiotics during fermentation, and these compounds continue to benefit the body after consumption. This means kefir supports health, both through live microorganisms and through valuable biochemical byproducts. Kefir's dynamic microbial mixture assists in stabilizing intestinal redox balance as well. Redox balance involves regulating the balance between oxidants and antioxidants within the digestive system. When the redox balance shifts toward excessive oxidation, it stresses cells and reduces metabolic efficiency. Kefir's array of antioxidants and microbial metabolites help support a more balanced redox environment, promoting healthier tissue conditions throughout the gut. Another area where kefir contributes is through its influence on the digestive tract's neuromuscular coordination. Digestive motility depends on smooth coordination between nerves and muscle tissue. Kefir's metabolites help maintain the health of the enteric nervous system, which controls these coordinated contractions. This leads to more consistent motility and fewer episodes of digestive irregularity. Kefir also supports the process of nutrient partitioning within the body. Nutrient partitioning determines how nutrients are used, whether they fuel energy, support repair, or are stored. A balanced microbiome influences this process through various signaling pathways that involve hormones and cellular receptors. Kefir enhances these pathways by supporting microbial groups that produce beneficial metabolites, contributing to improved nutrient utilization and better metabolic outcomes. Another subject of interest is kefir's ability to support the enzymatic breakdown of lactose. Although kefir contains lactose initially, its fermentation process reduces lactose levels significantly. The microorganisms in kefir also produce lactase, the enzyme needed to digest lactose. This is why many individuals who respond poorly to regular milk find kefir more comfortable. The presence of microbial lactase supports the body's ability to break down lactose efficiently even after consumption. Kefir's impact on the gut's protective mucus layer also extends into immune support. A thick and stable mucus layer prevents harmful substances from interacting directly with the intestinal lining. Kefir supports the production and maintenance of this layer, improving digestive resilience and reducing the likelihood of irritation during dietary fluctuations. Another important factor is how kefir promotes microbial colonization resistance. Colonization resistance refers to the microbiome's ability to prevent harmful organisms from establishing themselves. Kefir's probiotics compete for space, nutrients, and surface area along the intestinal lining, helping maintain an environment that discourages unwanted microbial attachment. This natural defense system is essential for maintaining long-term digestive stability. Kefir also contributes to the efficient absorption of fat-soluble vitamins, including vitamins A, D, E, and K. These vitamins require emulsification by bile and an optimized intestinal environment. Kefir's support for bile metabolism and epithelial integrity improves the absorption of these essential nutrients. Better absorption contributes to immune support, vision, cellular protection, and bone metabolism. The drink's effect on colonocyte function is also important. Colonocytes, the cells that line the colon, rely heavily on short-chain fatty acids, especially butyrate for fuel. Kefir stimulates the growth of bacteria that produce these compounds, supporting colonocyte health and improving overall colon function. Healthy colonocytes contribute to smoother digestion, improved motility, and better nutrient extraction. Another meaningful contribution comes from kefir's ability to regulate the presence of ammonia-producing bacteria. Some bacteria create ammonia as a metabolic byproduct, which can irritate the colon and contribute to discomfort. Kefir reduces the presence of these bacteria by creating an acidic environment and introducing microbes that metabolize compounds differently. This adjustment supports a more comfortable digestive environment and reduces internal irritation. Kefir's role in balancing intestinal osmotic pressure is another supportive effect. Osmotic pressure determines how water moves across the intestinal lining. When pressure becomes unbalanced, digestion may become inconsistent. Kefir's probiotics help stabilize osmotic gradients, promoting smooth water absorption and supporting predictable bowel movements. The drink also enhances intestinal resilience to daily physical and dietary stressors. By strengthening epithelial cells, increasing microbial diversity, and reducing inflammatory load, kefir helps the digestive system respond more effectively to variations in meals, hydration levels, and stress. This resilience contributes to long-term digestive comfort. Another interesting aspect is kefir's contribution to the production of essential microbial-produced vitamins. These include B vitamins such as riboflavin, niacin, and folate, which support metabolic processes and energy production. Kefir's fermentation increases the availability of these vitamins, enhancing nutrient density and supporting daily metabolic demands. Kefir also supports the process of protein turnover, which involves breaking down old or damaged proteins and replacing them with new ones. Efficient protein turnover contributes to muscle repair, tissue health, and metabolic efficiency. Kefir's amino acids and peptides support this process, both through nutrient supply and through microbial metabolites that promote cellular repair. Finally, kefir strengthens the foundation of digestive health through its comprehensive supportive effects. From microbial balance to epithelial repair, from metabolic signaling to nutrient absorption, kefir influences numerous pathways that contribute to long-term well-being. These combined effects illustrate why kefir has become a subject of scientific interest